Hello guys, it's TPM5 here, and in today's video I'll be previewing the Utah Jazz versus the Miami Heat. I'm going to start with the Jazz side of things and then move on to the Heat. Without further ado, let's get started. Just got some footage here of the Jazz in the preseason training in Las Vegas. Eventually Dwayne Wade joins in this practice, so just keep an eye out for that. But just getting started with the Jazz, they were a great regular season team over these last few years, and they've taken a slight step back starting the year at 8-4. They've been one of the better teams in terms of offensive rating, sitting second in the league behind the Simmons-less Philadelphia 76ers at 112.7. On offense, that's something where they've heavily improved with Rudy Gobert, in some cases holding them back. Donovan Mitchell has been very good for them so far to this point this season. As always with him, he's averaging 26 points and 5 assists, so he's creating for himself and also doing some playmaking. Conley returning on that, fairly, large deal they had to pay him on. He's averaging 16 points and 5 assists. Bogdanovic is returning to the perform he had in the bubble, averaging 17 points. Now, just a quick break, guys. I make NBA content 2 to 3 times a week. I'd heavily appreciate it if you could drop us a subscription to the channel. Also, like this video, it helps me out with the algorithms. I'm just going to keep it 100 with you guys. And comment, who you think is going to win. Are you a Jazz fan? Are you a Heat fan? Let me know all that stuff. And yeah, let's continue the video. Rudy Gobert has been a key presence for them, upping his scoring to 15 points per game along with 16 rebounds. Obviously, the usual stuff with him, blocks, defense, and everything else, which has helped the Jazz become or continue to be one of the premier defenses in the league. A bit of a step back from the years prior, however, they are in the top 10 at 9th in the league in terms of defensive rating, and in and amongst teams like Miami, Chicago, and Boston as well. Obviously, they can improve. They've been better on defense in the past, but 104.8 defensive rating is not the worst you can get. So far, they're 5-0 against teams in their conference. So out of the 12 games they've played, they've gone 3-4 against teams not in their conference. 4-3, sorry. So that's been their issue for them, and obviously they'll be playing against Miami, who aren't in their conference, for any quick thinkers that we have watching. They'll be without Rudy Gobert for another game. He's out indefinitely. However, besides that, they've got everyone they need to make a full push in this game. Now, Donovan Mitchell was great against the Pacers in the loss by 11. However, they couldn't keep tabs on Malcolm Brogdon, who broke out for 30 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists. And the Jazz struggled from three-point land, which has been a trend for them this year. They'll be looking to improve that as the season goes on, knowing that in this league today, you need to shoot threes. As you can see, we've got Tyler, my guy that plays in South Beach, referring to Jack Harlow's crappy song. But anyways, I'm not going to slander any more people. Let's continue. So we've got the Miami Heat side of things. Now, the Heat have taken a good step forward on offense. They've always been a great defensive team over these last few years, as you guys are aware, since Jimmy Butler came and, not changed the culture. There's always been a good culture down at South Beach, but, really was a tangible star player that played that way and was able to help guys like Bam and Hero and stuff. I feel like I'm going a bit of a tangent, so we'll leave that there. They're currently 4th in offensive rating though, so they're taking a big step forward in other areas of the game. 111.3 behind teams like Philadelphia, the Jazz, and Golden State. Golden State obviously 10-1, very good company to be with, and on defense, they're not any slouches either, so they're 7th in the league in terms of defensive rating as well. So a very well-rounded, competitive team. So far, they're only 7-5, and they've, been very good at home in their building, but away from home, that's a different story, being 3-4. So they'll be looking to improve their, road form. And they just ended a road trip in LA going 0-2. Obviously, without Jimmy Butler for 1 game and 3 quarters, and they're on a 3-game losing streak. So you want to snap those before it becomes a bit of a habit. Now, Jimmy Butler, Markieff Morris are listed out on day-to-day. I think Jimmy Butler's a tough guy. I'll give him a chance of getting up for this game. Obviously, I'm making this kind of a day before the game comes out, so you guys are going to know a bit more than me with the benefit of time. But Kyle Lowry's starting to really hit his straps after a slow start. He had 25 points in the loss to the Clippers, and Bam Adebayo had 30 and 11. The Miami Heat struggled from three, going 9 of 41, 22%. Hero went 0 of 6, so that could be part of the reason why that percentage is so low. Usually you don't count on Tyler, not shooting the ball particularly well, especially after how he played against the Lakers the night before. Now, the Clippers came back from 17 as well, and that's probably not the greatest, look for the Miami Heat, and they'll be looking, they're a team coached by a veteran coach. They have veterans on this team. I wouldn't count on that happening too much, and I think this is just a slow start integrating some pieces like PJ Tucker, Lowry, Morris, Dedmon, the list goes on, onto the roster. Now, Tyler Hero has been a story for them coming off of the bench in that six-man role, averaging 21 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. Obviously, he plays the third highest amount of minutes on the team, surprisingly. Well, not so obvious then, but that, he's coming off of the bench, so he is a reserve no matter how many minutes he plays. He's been a great story for them. Now, overall, in this game, I think that it'll be very competitive. We've got two nitty-gritty teams that focus on defense. It's going to be a low-scoring affair, and that's if Jimmy Butler plays. The Miami Heat probably have the edge in my eyes, but without him playing, I think the Utah Jazz get the win in a pretty close and entertaining game. That brings me to the end of the video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So comment, and until next time, it's been TPM5. Peace out. Thank you for watching.